Today we got Grand Funk, Closer to Home, or I'm Your Captain. That's what we're getting to today, and we're coming back to Grand Funk. How?
This is a pick from the members, so we gave them 4 to choose from, and this came out on top.
That's right. Grand Funk, it seems to be always a winner whenever we put them on the polls with the members. They're like, yeah, we got to go with Grand Funk. And I think we're going back to their roots on this one because they formed in 1969 in Flint, Michigan. And this song came out when?
In 1970.
That's right,
on
July.
the Closer to Home album.
Yeah, it's an album of the same name. And so this was a year after they had formed. So apparently the critics weren't on board with this one because it didn't do so well commercially. It went to
it went to
80 or something like that.
Yeah, I think it was 71 on the Billboard Hot 100, but the album did pretty well. The album itself went to number 6 on the Billboard 200, Top 200.
Yeah, so it's a fan-loved song, but not so much a single-driven song, which makes sense because we got 10 minutes of Grand Funk that we're about to get into. Last one that we did was a party anthem. We were just having a blast listening to that. Yep. And, it seems like they have a great way to compile some grit with some fun at the same time. But I don't know.
I feel like they've all had a really good groove.
Yeah, but I don't know if we're going to get that on this one. So let's not speculate any longer. Are you ready, Sam?
I'm ready. Let's get into it.
Let's go. Stereo elements.
Everybody, listen to me and return me my ship. I'm your captain. I'm your captain. Though I'm feeling mighty sick. I've been lost now, days uncounted, and it's months since I've seen home. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Or am I all alone? If you return me to my home port, I will kiss you. Mother Earth, take me back now, take me back now, to the port of my birth.
Nice.
Am I in my cabin dreaming, or are you really scheming to take my ship away from me? You better think about it. I just can't live without it. So please don't take my ship from me. Yeah,
All right, quick little pause before we keep it going. I'm just loving the stereo elements, and the effects that they're using, giving me this feeling like I'm out on the waves. And even the groove that they have kind of, feels like a flow of the ocean, so to speak. What about you, Sam? How you feeling?
I
on
was
this one?
thinking the same thing. It kind of feels like you're like on this, like you said, this boat journey.
Yeah.
But it's really cool. Like the stereo aspect is really cool and kind of keeping me on my toes a little bit. And, definitely getting this vibe of feeling lost. Like you're lost. Obviously, he's lost at sea, but could be related to people who are just feeling lost in life, right? And am I alone going through this? And, I want something stable and grounded. I want to get off. I'm going to kiss Mother Earth to get back to that stability, right?
Yeah, that's a good
And
point. The grounding aspect of
yeah,
being, on the ground, your feet in the sand to ground you, right?
exactly. After like, maybe being out in these like tumultuous waves and like being all over the
Yeah.
place. So I feel like obviously it's some storytelling, but it has like a deeper meaning that I feel like everybody can relate to as well, which is cool. And like you said, like I said before we started this, they always have a great groove. And even though this
Yeah.
is maybe less of like a hype up party anthem, it still has just like that awesome like,
Totally agree.
groove to it.
I can feel the hand of a stranger, and it's tightening around my throat. Heaven help me, take this stranger from my boat. I'm your captain, though I'm feeling mighty sick. Everybody, listen to me and return me my ship. I'm your captain, yeah, 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 yeah. 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 I'm getting closer to my home. I'm getting closer to my home.
Sounds so peaceful.
I'm getting closer to my home. I'm getting closer to my home.
Beautiful.
I'm getting closer to my home. I'm getting closer to my home. I'm getting closer to my home. I'm getting closer to my home.
All right, I don't know what's coming. We'll just pause one more time quickly here. And such a sharp shift in the dynamic of the song. We had that little bridge, and it was so beautiful, so amazing to just hear that transition. And this is this is the first video that we're doing today, and so it's the morning right now, and I feel like this is a perfect way to start your morning with a song. It just sets the stage, sets the mood in a bright way as we're transitioning now and getting closer to home. It feels like there's something on the horizon that's a little more positive that's coming, and you're feeling maybe a little more grounded, as you put it. And even in the mix, I wanted to mention too, I don't know if in the first portion they did this intentionally, but it kind of was like muddied almost in a purposeful way, because it gave you this like underwater sound to a degree. It wasn't like it disparaged the sound at all and made it worse in any way. It was just kind of like they mixed it particularly so nothing really stood out, because I'm still getting sections when we get the sound effect come in or a string section come in, like in that bridge, where it is really very much at the forefront. But it was almost like they wanted everything meshed together very cleanly in a way that made you feel like you were out on the ocean with those waves. That's what I was experiencing anyways in that first portion. And I feel like that's transitioned a little bit more as we've gone ahead into the song.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that for me, like I noticed that this transition into this second portion that we've been in now, for me, it feels a lot more, like you said, grounded, which for sure, but I feel like it almost feels more peaceful and
Yeah.
like calm. And I feel like that's kind of how you feel like in life, right? Like you go through these chaotic periods where, everything's crazy, being out on the waves and, dealing with
The
all of that.
storm that seemed like he was going through.
Exactly. And then as you get closer to home, you're getting more confident. You're, like you said, you have more hope. You feel more grounded. So then you feel more calm and more at peace. And I feel like the music reflects that as well.
For sure.
I'm getting closer to my home. 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 I'm getting closer to my home.
Fading out.
I'm getting closer to my home. I'm getting closer to my home. I'm getting closer to my
Beautiful stuff. such a sharp contrast from what we've experienced with Grand Funk thus far as well. And, I stand by what I said earlier, really great song, just through and through to set the mood for a lot of different things. I mean, you could theoretically play this on your way home from work too. I'm getting closer to my home. But I really loved it. I mean, we went from that, we transitioned, I could start to feel the outro, the fade out of the vocals. And then we have this musical masterpiece taking over, almost orchestral in the sense of we have strings, we have wind instruments, alongside this steady groove. Just a really unique and beautiful composition.
Yeah, I think also the vibe of this I really like is that you can listen to it pretty much whenever, right? Like it has this kind of like relaxed, easy listening vibe to it. So like you said, you could listen to this in the morning, you could listen to it on like a Saturday afternoon where you're just relaxing, you could listen to it on your way home from work. Like there's so many scenarios where I feel like this fits. And it really could just, like you said, like just listen to it at any point and have you feel good listening to it.
Yeah, and I think you've said as well, there's certain songs that sometimes get extended out, but maybe you don't resonate with that as much because you feel like it's drawn out a little bit more and then more than needs to be. I think this is an example of a song that would need to be drawn out the way it was because the composition itself, we went through different sections, but it
Yes.
felt like a complete song.
Yeah, for sure. And it was like to be able to encompass all those sections, you needed that much time. Whereas with other ones, it's just the same thing kind of extended for a really long
Yeah.
period of time. So this, like to me, felt more like a journey, like, pun intended, the journey on the boat. But it did feel like you were kind of going through a journey and experiencing that in like all along the waves and the highs and the lows of the song. So it fit perfectly with that.
Well, I enjoyed it, and that was a great pick from the members. So
Good job,
thank you,
guys.
members, for putting Grand Funk to the top again. I can see why they're so renowned in our members community. You guys got to let us know in the comments section if they're renowned in our subscriber community as well. You guys are amazing subscribers at that.
Thanks so much, guys.
If you could hit that like button, it would help us tremendously, and we're very grateful for that support. We wouldn't be where we are today without all of you. It's been an amazing ride, and we've been on our journey, and Sam's the captain. So I hope
Ahoy, mateys.
I hope you've enjoyed sailing with us. I don't know if we'd be on a sailboat by the sounds of this storm that they were in, but
Yeah,
anyways,
fair.
I'm going to stop with the references to being out on the ocean. Not my area of expertise. My area of expertise is hanging out with this beautiful woman right here. So I hope you enjoyed that. We'll have a great day. We hope you have a great day as
Yes.
well. We'll see you on the next video.
Thanks so much for watching, guys.